In this video, I will show you how I added animation to this illustration using Procreate, Rough Animator, and LumaFusion, all on the iPad Pro. Okay, so let's just go through the process. In this video, I'm going to cut it into 3 steps. The sketching phase, when I finally lock in the line art, and when I put color. And then the next part is when I transfer that drawing into Rough Animator and finally to LumaFusion, so I can finally export it to any social media that you want. Okay, so let's just go into the illustration. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna use the time lapse, so I can just show you through there. So okay, so this is a time lapse thing of Procreate. So first, as you can see here, I started sketching just the idea. I wanted to have like something that had a lot of overlapping stuff, because in this illustration I was trying to practice overlaps and depth. I want to practice a lot of that, this overlay. So yeah, this is a sketch. As you can see, like the spaceship and everything is just very rough. It's just an idea. The people are just stick figures, basically. The rockets are very rough. And then when I move through that, I start developing a little bit more. I look online for reference and stuff like that in terms of ideas. And then when I have that rough drawing, as you can see here, everything rough, then I just dim that down and start going over it again, as you can see here, and using reference from online. Now this pose is not online, but what I do is I have astronauts as images, so when I'm designing over my rough sketch, I have accurate details of what it looks like. Because if you don't really have accurate details of how it looks like, people find it weird and it kind of takes them out of the art. So you can see here, I'm just going over everything. Looking at suits online. Yeah, so this is the part where I just start sharpening everything so it can be the final line art. Drawing this old man. And one thing I would say here, that if I would do this drawing again, I would make the canvas bigger, because when I was making this old guy, the canvas wasn't big enough, so it was kind of pixelated. So I would definitely say always make your canvas a little bigger than you expect, just so you can avoid those problems. Yeah, so this is just me going through everything here, creating this alien. Yeah, so then that was the final line art, and I actually went over the astronaut again because it wasn't detailed enough. And then once I finished all the line work, like I had it here, then I started doing shading. But in this part, I'm just looking for the terminator, which is the 90 degree from the light, and the light is coming from the top right. So I just go through everything, trying to think of where the light is coming from, and the final result is this. Right, and this is just looking, like I said, for the 90 degree, the terminator. So yeah, when I finish with that, as you can see here, I start going over it and adding the midtones, which transfers from the shadows where the light can't hit to the lights. And using that technique that they've been showing on YouTube, it's called like the Hamburg scale, something like that. Trying to keep that in mind. Yeah, so here is the final shading of the art. Trying to keep the darks, all those transitions. And then when I started that, then I just started adding colors, experiments in different colors, blue background, a little lighter background. And then you start adding local colors to everything. Local colors here or there. I painted the guy painting the spaceships. Now, once you have the local color down, that's a lot of progress. And then just experiment with the backgrounds. And then I started adding lights like later on. You can see on the t-shirt. And give it more depth. Adding highlights, like you can see the highlights I put here on the rim. Those are fun. Yeah, and then so that's the final illustration there. So once I had that, I went here and I put add, and then I put share, and then I just put it as a JPEG. But the thing is, I then took this illustration and I went to Rough Animator, and then what I did is I imported that image. Right? I imported that image here, right? And that would be basically the reference for all my animation that I would do on top. So I just dim this, right? The background will be in white. So I dim that, and then what I would just do is just animate on top of it. Right? And I would just name it like this, astronaut, stuff like that, so I can know. Yeah, see? This is him, the effect of the astronaut. And then I'll just go through different things, like this is one of the best ones here, which is the rocket, the fire. And the way I did that is I first did the line art like this, and then when I have that, what I did is I added color behind it. So yeah, and I did that for all the other stuff. And then once I have that, what I just do is I just take away the background, and then I change the background to blue or green, which is like a green screen, right? And then what I do is I just export that as a video, and then when I go into LumaFusion, I just do a green screen on the blue, and then the fire becomes transparent. So then what I did was I actually went back into Procreate and duplicated this final line art and removed, as you can see here, I removed the flames and stuff, because that was going to be replaced by animation. See, I removed the string that was here. Yeah, so then I imported that into the video editor called LumaFusion. Yeah, so in LumaFusion, as you can see here, I just started adding the things. For example, see, this is the flame, right? But when you import it, it's like this. Right, and then I just go to this thing, it's called keying, and then I transparent it, and then I move it. I move that effect, and I place it where it was originally in the illustration. And then that's how I add the animation that I did and add it to the picture. And I just keep doing that same transparent thing for everything. And that's how you use Procreate, LumaFusion, and Rough Animator to add some illustrations and animations to your final illustration. And to export it, you just go here, go to movie, and then you export it to your photos as a MP4, and then you just upload it to any social media. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned a little bit how to use the iPad Pro a little bit better, and hopefully you can add some animations to your illustrations. Thanks for watching. If you like, make sure to share it, give it a like, and subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you.